Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we'll learn about one of the most important parts of the Java collection framework is the set interface. Okay, so we'll also look at the difference between the HashSet, linked HashSet and the TreeSet with the example. Let us start from the set in Java. So what is set in Java? Set is an interface in collection that doesn't allow duplicate elements. Okay, so what is HashSet? HashSet is an implemented class. Okay, we'll create an object of the HashSet plus. First, we can say HashSet. Here we have to go with the gendex. Gendex means while creating an object of the HashSet, you need to define the data type using a gendex. So this tells Java what type of element you want to store in the set, like a string or integer or boolean value or double value. So what type of data you are going to store. So here I'm going to store with the string data type. So you can give any variable name equal to new HashSet. So here also we can say string. Okay, so this is the way we have to create an object of the HashSet. Okay, so import the package from the Java util package. So first when we created a set in Java, right? So it is a empty by default. Okay, unlike an array, we don't need to define any fixed size here. Okay, so if you run the program and print the set immediately, you will see it return a empty set. Okay, because we have not added any value in the set right now. Okay, let's say if I print the value, so I can say set. If I run this, it's written a empty set because we have not added any element yet. Right? So that is the reason it is returning a empty set. So now let us add a value into the set first. Okay. So let's say if I want to add a value, so I can say set. Set is a variable which we have given over here. Set dot, we have a method called add method. You need to call the add method. Here you can pass the value. So I can say apple. So now add method used to add a specific element to the set. So this add method adds the element only if the specific element is not already present in the set. Okay. Yes, the method return false if the element is already present in the set. So here we are telling the Java that this hash set will only store the string values. Okay. If you try to add a different data type, what will happen? So if I say set dot add, here I can say some numeric values. Okay, integer values. So it's throwing a error. Say here, if you see, this method add string in the type HashSet is not applicable for the argument integer. Okay, it is throwing a compile time error. So now you should not add other value because already you define the data type, which data type you are going to store. So you should not go with the other data type. So now here I can say, so some value we can add. So I can say set dot add. Even I can say grapes. So now let us add a duplicate value. I'll copy this one and I'll add it over here. So here we have added a duplicate value as well. Now let's print the value. Okay. So now here we are giving a set value. Already we have added a value. So it's going to return all the values. So now let's click the run button. See, the elements are in random order. Okay. HashSet doesn't maintain any order. Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing is duplicate elements are automatically ignored in the HashSet. See here we have a 4 element, but here it is printed only 3 element because it is ignored the duplicate element. Okay, output is a unordered and no duplicates are stored over here. So that's what we need to understand. Okay. So now the next thing is suppose if you want to check whether the specific element is present in the set or not. So you can use the method called contains. Okay. So this method will going to return you boolean value, that is true or false only it is going to return. Okay. If the return true if the element exists and it return false if it is doesn't. Okay. The system, if suppose if I go with that set dot contains, right? So here we need to pass. For example, I can say apple. Okay. So this will going to return you true. So it is going to return you true because apple is in the set. Okay. Let's say if suppose if I say let's print this one. So let's add a one more set dot contains. Here I am giving a different value. For example, I can say mango. So what this will going to return? This will going to return you the false because it's returned false because since we never added the mango over here in the set. Okay, so let's run this. It is returning a true and it's returning a false. Okay, apple is available in the set, mango is not there. So when you want to check whether the element is present in the set, then you have to use the method called contains method. So suppose if you want to get the number of element in the set, so you have a method called size method. Okay, you need to call the size method. So I can say I'll print set dot size. So it's going to return how many elements present in the set. So let's run this. See only 3 elements because duplicate element automatically to be ignored. So only it's a 3 element it is getting printed. So now if you want to remove any of the element, okay, if you want to remove the element, so here we have a method called remove method. So we can say, I'll say set dot remove. So here we can pass the value, which value you want to remove. For example, I can say banana. I want to remove this one. Let us print this again. Set. Okay, after removing that, what it is going to print? It's going to print only the apple and grapes. See, banana is getting removed. Okay, this is a, you want to remove only one element. If you want to remove the complete, all the element from the list. So for that, we can go with the clear method. We can use clear method. Okay. So now here, we can say, I'll say set dot clear, right? So if again, if I want to print the set, what it is going to print? It's printed the empty list because there is no value into the set. Okay. So now if you want to print all the values into the console, so what we have to do? We want to print all the values. So let's see, I'll command this line, even this also. Now I want to print all the value from the set. So in this case, what we can do, let's see, you can use a for each loop. Okay, for loop you are not able to use. The reason is it is not an ordered list. Okay, it is an unordered list. So in a list, it is a ordered list. So we know that it is going to store it in a zeroth index, first index, second index. So we can get the values using a for loop as well. But here this is an unordered list. So you cannot use the for loop. So instead of that, we can use for each loop. Okay. So for that, we can say for, we'll go with that set. So this is a string value. You can create a new variable string, maybe element. We'll print the value one by one. Element will give us some space. Or you can do comma. It's going to print all the values. Let us run this. And remove this L. Okay. So it's going to print in the same way. See, getting printed. All the values. So set is an unordered list. Okay. If you want to print, as per the insertion order, then you have another, instead of HashSet, what we can go with? We can go with the LinkedHashSet. One of the, another class is a LinkedHashSet. So let's create a object for linked HashSet, linked HashSet. Okay. So here also you have to define what type of data you are going to store. So set equal to new linked HashSet. Okay. So instead of this variable, you can go with the parent referral as well. So parent referral means you can say like this. So this is the parent referral. So you can import the packages for the set and linked HashSet. So here also you can define a data type, what type of data you are going to store. So now let's add a same value. I mean, if you want to add a value, here also you are going to use the add method. You can call the add method. You can print mango set dot add. Here you can say apple set dot add. Then you can say banana. Okay. So now if you want to print as per the insertion order. So for that we can say set. Okay. It's going to maintain the insertion order. Let's run this. See, mango, apple and banana. So as per the insertion order, it is getting printed. So now suppose if you want to print in the sorting order, okay, sorting order. First it should come the apple, then it should come banana, then if you want to go with the mango. So if you want to print in a sorting order, then you can use TreeSet class. Okay, TreeSet is one of the class from the set. So you can say tree. Okay, now let us run this one. Import the packages for the TreeSet as well. Now let's run this. So instead of linked HashSet, we are using a TreeSet. See, it is returning as per the sorting order. Okay. So if you want to print all the values in a sorting order, then you can use the TreeSet. Okay. If you want to print insertion order, then you have to use the linked HashSet. Okay. So set will going to, it's not going to maintain the order. Set HashSet. Okay. It's not going to maintain the order, but the duplicate value going to be ignored over here, even in all the linked HashSet and TreeSet also. So this is all about set. List allows the duplicate and maintain the insertion order. Set doesn't allow the duplicate and order depends on the type. I hope this is clear. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.